Hi, I'm Tim, and welcome to WatchYouWant.com. Right now, we are looking at a legend. This is the icon of La Grande Maison of the Vallée de Joux. This is the Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso. In this case, 42mm Grand Taille case. This is the Reverso Duo in white gold, a tradition 80 years in the making. Actually 80 plus at this point. This watch represents the modern face of the Reverso. Once a prototypical pioneering sports watch for British polo players in India, the idea being one side would be basically unbreakable steel, the other side would protect the crystal when it was folded inward. The watch became a platform for a double-sided complication during its rebirth in the 1980s and 90s. Now, there are a couple of dates that really matter in the history of the Reverso. 1931, the first Reverso. British polo players in India need a watch that won't get shattered when they whack it on each other's wrists with mallets. So the idea is to create a double-sided case, one side with a dial telling time, one side solid metal. And it worked, but there was more to come. As the company developed into a boutique manufacturer of complications and upscale timepieces during its renaissance in the 1980s, it revived the Reverso, and by 1991, with this 60th, the 60th anniversary Reverso, it was experimenting with time on one side, complications, plus a display case back. In 1994, it took the concept one step further. Using the 60th anniversary Reverso's Grand Taille case of 42mm, traditionally it had been 38, they packed a double-sided movement with two time zones into the case, creating the complicated, double-sided, double-dialed Reverso Duo, and that's what you see here. 1998, about roughly 98, 99 is when this model joined the lineup, and it combines that pioneering caliber 854 designed in the early 90s for the first Duo with a stunning combination of Arabic numeral and triangular index black dial on front with a guilloche center and a stunning bronzed salmon-colored reference time on the back. Now this includes both a 12-hour and a 24-hour subdial cue, so you know if the reference time you're looking at is, for example, 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. Ultimately, this might be the most engaging and useful complication you could ever have in a watch. Not just a great piece of theater and a conversation piece, as the watch is double-sided, and let's face it, most people who are not true watch boffins will have never seen a Reverso. This is a surprise and delight feature, but the ability to have two independent time zones fixed on the same watch makes any plane trip to a new time zone as easy as flipping your watch. And at the same time, if you have family overseas, friends or business contacts, finding out the time in their part of the world is, again, just a snap of the fingers and a flip of the watch. Plus, this watch is part of the pantheon of immortals. If you know of watches that are iconic of their brands, the Rolex Submariner, the Breitling Navitimer, the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, the Patek Philippe Calatrava, the JLC Reverso is in that pantheon. One of the true greats and universally respected. It's been worn by everyone from those old British polo players in the early 20th century to Jay-Z in the 21st century. Like I said, everyone loves the Reverso, and because there have been so many in 80 plus years of production, everyone can find a Reverso for them. But here's a fact, this model is a true rarity. Now, I'm a JLC collector and a super fan, and I see everything that comes through here, to the tune of about 2,000 watches a year. This is the first of these with this salmon-colored bronzed reference dial and the black combined Arabic and index primary local time dial. This is the first of these that I've seen, and it's in great shape. You know, with the gadroons, the horizontal cuts of the Art Deco case, you can tell if the watch is in good shape. Has it been polished to death? Has it been rounded off? Has it lost its definition? And these gadroons are as sharp as the day this thing left the factory in the Vallée de Joux. This is an outstanding example of a rare watch and one of the most desirable Reverso Duo models. Now, this watch that we have here is in outstanding condition, and on top of that, the watch incorporates a comprehensive JLC factory set. You can see it on our website, but I really encourage you to take a look at the high-res imagery because there is so much detail between the guilloche inner dial of the local time, the sub-seconds dial just below that, the detail of the indexes, which are all applied white gold, likewise the dauphine white gold hands on the reference on the local dial, in contrast to the kite hands of the reference dial. So just to review, dauphine on the local time, kite hands on the reference dial, and then a gorgeous, almost hobnail, clou de Paris cross hatching around the reference dial with another rose engine pattern turned on the inner dial. So there's so much detailing here that is so engaging and so quintessentially Art Deco. It takes the watch that was just iconic of the 1930s and that modernist style, and it takes it to the next level with detailing that even the original artisans could not have imagined. This is a quality of watchmaking that is in the image of bygone times, but executed to a standard of the modern luxury watch industry. It's the best of both worlds. As a complicated Reverso, as a classic modern reference, as the best platform for the dual-sided Reverso Duo. You've got to check out this Reverso reference 27354. This is the Reverso Duo in white gold Grand Taille case on our website, watchyouwant.com, with a comprehensive factory set. See it, and I'm confident you'll be a believer. If this isn't the watch you want now, take a look, and I'm confident that this Reverso Duo, if you're into classic, iconic models that have stood the test of time, that will look as good 80 years from now as they did 80 years ago, this Reverso Duo just might be the watch you want.